Okay, thank you guys. All right, guys. All right. So this is the video people told me to watch. Apparently, Xbox fucking replied to it. Like the literal Xbox account replied to it. So Deadly Headley made this video. 1.5k subs, 13,000 views, 1.2k likes, 113 PlayStation fanboys. All right, chat. Let's see what Deadly Headley had to say.
Decision. There's a lot of fear, uncertainty, and doubt circling Xbox's new ad campaign, and I can understand why. It's extremely disruptive.
Okay, Deadly. First thing I want you to do is I want you to download Voice Meter Banana, and you're gonna go and you're gonna increase your lows because you sound like you're in a tin can. That's about it. That's about the only thing I can think of so far.
Disruptive. But guess what? That's the point. I'm a little late to the party with this video, but here's some insight you're not going to get from other content creators who have already covered.
Okay, Voice Meter Banana is an actual program. I didn't mean to say that as if like banana. I can't beat the allegations. It writes itself.
Psychonauts Super Chat $2, Banana. Libsums Super Chat $2 Canadian. You seem troubled. Is a banana in the room with us? Will Broke Boy Lewis Super Chat $1.99. Alex, did you fall for the banana in the tailpipe?
Look, I'm not going to pull an Amazing Atheist, chat. We're not going to do that. I'm not going to pull an Amazing Atheist, okay?
Try to relax your anus.
That's an old internet. If you've been on the internet for a long time, you know where that's from or what that's about.
Jungan Super Chat $2. Is the banana's name Pedro?
No.
With this ad. I work in advertising for a living. I have 6 years in the field, and this video is going to tell you why Xbox's new ad campaign is almost perfect. If you enjoy this video, please make sure you hit the like and subscribe buttons. My social media links are in the...
Orphica, welcome to the cult. This is a sex cult now, apparently. The robes are to your left when you enter. Say hi to Josh. He'll get you sized up. The baby oil is right behind him. And of course, we now have bananas in the cafe for everybody to enjoy.
Try to relax your anus.
Asking Shoe Super Chat $2. You're telling me a banana nutted in this muffin?
That's right. Christ. With the dad bod. Yeah. All right. Let's get back to it. What have you done? Julie Softball's all worked up again? Hey, listen. Go getting while the getting's good.
The pinned comment down below. And with all that said, let's get into it. Xbox has a marketing problem. It isn't
Psychonauts Super Chat $2. That farmer's tan is banana.
It's bananas, yeah. Thank you.
considered part of the same cultural zeitgeist of casual gaming when compared to platforms like the PlayStation or the Switch, both of which have a far more ubiquitous presence in the public consciousness outside of the United States. Younger audiences are growing up gaming on phones and tablets, which to those of us that grew up on consoles or PC sounds like a living nightmare. Not to mention horrific for your posture, by the way. Console
Good joke.
Generation after console generation, Microsoft has seen a dip in its hardware sales numbers. There's a number of reasons for this. Some users grow out of the hobby, others move on to PC, which is becoming the increasingly desired sector. Those that use the Xbox ecosystem, its online services, cloud saves, cloud gaming, Game Pass, etc., we all know it's great. To quote Mr. Howard, it just works. But being the smallest of the three console platforms, it's understandable why public awareness around Xbox's offering, both as a platform ecosystem and a games publisher, isn't where Microsoft would like it to be. The problem
I think it's not just where they like it to be. I think it's they just understand that they can't break into that market wholeheartedly. Not just because of the fact that they don't have any games or some bullshit like that. It's because they don't have the mind share of it. PlayStation just become basically the Apple of video games, basically. It's a de facto now. Everybody just goes out and gets the iPhone, which is basically just going out to get the PlayStation. They never actually care about PlayStation because if you look at what PlayStation games are played, it's mostly just FIFA, Madden, COD, Fortnite. Rarely ever do you see like those PlayStation exclusives hit those top marks for extended periods of time. They'll hit them for the month they come out and then fall off completely right after. Everybody goes back to their typical games that they always play. So it's like, it's basically just being bought for the brand, correct? Sony became McDonald's, true.
The problem here is that it's a fairly complicated sell if you don't have an Xbox console. Microsoft's pivot into the cloud gaming space and its controversial no console required initiative was the tech giant's attempt at removing a significant barrier of entry, the upfront cost of console hardware, by leveraging cloud gaming technology and a massive library of titles on Xbox Game Pass. This brings up,
I mean, that's exactly it. That's exactly
Special
it.
Nick Super Chat $5 Australian dollars. We need to peel back the layers on the bunch of issues you seem to have with bananas.
Leo says, I lost my six-pack, go back to the gym. I never had a six-pack, Leo. I had a six-pack once in my life. It never came back. That was when I was like 22. That bitch is gone. That bitch is fucking gone, okay? You don't get a six-pack by going to the gym. You get a six-pack by having a calorie deficit. Fuck you, Nick.
us to the fundamental marketing challenge Microsoft has. The product knowledge around Xbox and Game Pass just isn't there. Microsoft has been clinging on for dear life to a tagline that simply reads Day One on Game Pass, which means absolutely nothing to people who don't know what Game Pass is. And
that's one of the bigger reasons that Xbox is having a hard time. They don't have anything that is just like a regular mind conscious of like just the regular Joe Blow gamer. That's why the Wii did so well, but the Wii U fucking failed. The messaging was so terrible on that thing, even though the Wii U had exclusives. That's why the PS3 was like, their biggest problem wasn't the fact that they had exclusives. The biggest problem was that they were $600 fucking dollars in the year 2000 something. I forgot the year exactly, but either way, that they had $600 in that time frame was not viable for purchase at that time. It's just ridiculous. A dad bod is the best bod. I do not have a dad bod. And you get an 8-pack by being a WWE wrestler in the year 2000s. Yeah, right. And getting juiced to the fucking gills. 06, 07. Yeah. Like at 06, 07, $600 was out of control.
This is an Xbox, a bold approach designed to help introduce people with only a rudimentary understanding of the Xbox brand to the Game Pass offering in full. Xbox needs to show, not tell. For anyone already familiar with the Xbox offering,
I mean, this is not a art, like this is an Xbox branding is not for people who are on Twitter or in video games. This is for the regular person being like, wait, I don't have to buy a console. I can just play games anywhere for $20. Okay. Like, that's what it's for. It's not for people who are on Twitter Spaces making YouTube videos. It's not for that. It's for the regular everyday person who doesn't really play games, but is like, hold on, I don't have to spend $600 fucking dollars now, $700 on this fucking box. I'd rather have a roof over my head. Yeah, me too.
Game Pass is basically just Netflix, but it's video games.
True.
That's not exactly a line that Xbox can run with without several legal challenges, and Game Pass isn't the household name Microsoft would like it to be. When we think about brands like Netflix, Amazon, and Google, these brands carry weight and recognition with such universality across households, so much so that most smart TV remotes come with a Netflix button. Amazon is the default method of...
Julie says, I don't have to be gay for Alex.
Eripa Sudashini Super
True.
Chat $2. How are you peeling today?
I'm peeling fine. Thank you, Eripa.
Val Super Chat £5. The Wii was so successful my 57 years mother still asks me to set it up for her. It's really annoying, cause I know she will never use it. Blast 1314 Super Chat $5. Why do you think that the top 10 games on each console are the same? It's because most people just play the same 10 games regardless of platform.
Yep. That's true.
Ranro Super Chat $2. Game Pass and chill?
We are going to Game Pass and chill.
Buying shit you don't need, and Google is
Deadly, if you're watching this, lower the background music like by 10 decibels.
now a commonplace verb for looking stuff up on the internet. These consumer behaviors are habitual for us by design, because these brands fit into our everyday lives. Microsoft wants to put Game Pass into the same sphere of public consciousness and become the place users turn to when they just want to play a game on demand, on a screen that suits them.
That's literally what I said in my video recently from this past week. I had a sneeze and it stopped. Now it's gone. I was going to sneeze, but now it's gone.
None of this is new, by the way. Cloud gaming with Xbox has been a thing since 2019, and it's been growing steadily. Game Pass itself is a really easy sell. It's £15 a month, or $20 American, for hundreds of games that you can play wherever you want. I told my creative team at work about this once, and they were genuinely shocked they hadn't heard about it. Historically, Xbox has kind of just assumed that Game Pass carries the same weight as a service offering like
Dirty
Netflix.
does
That's
88
true.
Super Chat $4.99. If you have any female PCs, you could dole out some damage on those chic eaters. Eripa Sudashini Super Chat $2. I think that banana jokes are ripe for the telling.
Coming hard.
Julie, you missed the new meme in chat. There was a guy spamming banana emotes. He did it too many times. I muted him for a few minutes and I told him not to do it. So then the chat rallied behind him and now we are doing banana puns. This is the kind of streamer I am. Thanks, Kevin. It was us versus you. We chose us. Yes, true, Mr. Literal. And the good guy.
Netflix, but endlines like day one on Game Pass or play it now on
Don't mean
console,
anything.
cloud, and PC don't mean anything if you don't know what Game Pass is in the first place. This
Correct.
strategy just wasn't working. The offering needed to be distilled into something incredibly simple. Xbox's new ad campaign is disruptive by design. It sends its target audience, those who currently don't play on Xbox in any way, shape, or form, on a journey of discovery. And you shouldn't
True.
underestimate how empowering this can be for a consumer, by the way. Picture this.
It's so, I think it's really well designed because the people who don't like it are in fact fanboys. That's what it is. The people who don't like this ad campaign are the same people who are angry that Xbox is not selling consoles and they can't fight on Twitter about console sales. Because that fight's over. Nobody cares about that. And this investment into marketing is actually the right way of doing it because they're going to reach a wider market and they're going to reach people that never would have bought an Xbox in the first place or never planning on buying an Xbox and become ubiquitous in the market. That's the point. Imagine if Xbox shows the PlayStation 5 and goes, this is an Xbox on purpose just to make fanboys rage. Oh, it'd be fantastic. I'd love every minute of it. I'd make a video. Xbox is officially dead. Woohoo. Xbox has the worst marketing. I mean, this one was pretty good.
You see an ad on your phone that tells you for the first time in no uncertain terms,
K1ZZL3 Super Chat $5. PS fanboys staying in during the Christmas sales because they don't like saving money.
True and real.
Michael Piatkovsky Super Chat $5. What happens when Eric eats a banana? He becomes Banana Man.
Yeah,
Thank you for
you
5, Mike.
can play
Thank you for
Call
5,
of Duty
Diesel.
on this, me, the thing in your hand, now.
That's the
If
point.
that gets you hyped, you're going to click that CTA to find out how.
The call to
Smart
action,
TVs, Fire TV sticks, smartphones, tablets, laptops, PC rigs, and of course, Xbox consoles are all portals into a huge library of games available via download or cloud streaming. All of it is possible because of Game Pass. And Microsoft's new advert sends its target audience on a journey of discovery so that they can find out all—
Mr.
But it's
Litera
so- but
1
it's
Super Chat
much more than that.
$5. The console wars are over, we're in the content/service wars now, and emo Xbox is far ahead of most other companies heading into the future.
That's literal. Thank you for the 5. That's 100% correct. It is now the content wars. And this is the way that Xbox is going to win, through the content. Because now people are going to be like, well, I don't want to buy an Xbox. You don't have to. Just give us $20 for the service. You could spend $700 on this console or give us $20 for the service. What are you going to do? Well, I'll give you 20.
Matthew James Super Chat $2. How many got GP for the kids? Kids grow up quick.
That's the first thing I would do. If I was a console person and not on PC, and you're telling me, okay, $700 for one twip away game every year and a half, or $20 a month, and I get every game and COD, any device I want, play anywhere I want, I could do whatever I want with it, I'm gonna give you the 20 fucking bucks. Because shit's expensive. That's why. They're still going to have a console. 100% they're going to have a console, because there are people who don't like PC. There are people who don't want to play games streaming. There are people who don't want to play it that way, and that's perfectly fine. They're still going to have a console. Will it sell 60 million? No. But it's going to be there for people who want that device. Just like they're going to have a handheld for people that want that device. That's the whole point. Hold on, let me fix my ears. God damn it. God damn it.
all about this offering for themselves. That is the principle of showing rather than telling. For too long, Microsoft has relied on the presumption that its target audience has a basic understanding of Xbox product knowledge, which, when you say—
For too long, the gaming industry has thought that. That's why the Wii exploded the way it did. That's why the Switch exploded the way it did. Oh, Nintendo games in my handheld? I remember the Game Boy. That's what they thought. Nintendo made a handheld device? I remember the Game Boy. I remember the DS. Cool. I'll buy that. And it's $300, not $6. I'll buy that. That's what it is.
Crazy Zero Rise Super Chat $5. Later fellas and ladies, have a blessed night and Merry Christmas.
Later, Crazy Horse. Thank you, bro.
out loud sounds pretty ridiculous, right? This ad takes it back to basics. Microsoft's This Is an Xbox campaign is being rolled out heavily across several major cities in the United States, Australia, Europe, and of course a huge digital presence globally.
You know what's funny? The fact that he said Europe.
Imared Bar Bandit Super Chat $5. My son has a Switch but wants and is getting a Series 10 and Games Pass for Christmas, all because he wants to play Metaphor.
Yeah. 100%.
K1ZZL3 Super Chat $5. Maybe Sony should get Game Pass, so can they start saving up to buy Kodikawa?
Fucking Kizzle. Like, so what happened is, where was my thought process? So the funny thing about Europe is there was an article talking about how Xbox in Europe has to be scrappy for their marketing. And the fact that Xbox turned around and is now dumping money into European marketing is exactly what needed to be done. Remember that article, chat? Oh, we have to be scrappy with our marketing in Europe because we don't have the funds. Now, Xbox said, whoa, hold on. No, we're going to dump some money into this shit. We're going to fucking make this shit happen. And the fact that it's happening in Europe is a big sign that they are ready to fucking compete. But they're not going to compete the way everybody wants them to compete. They're going to compete and try to control the fucking market. That's the difference.
Via social media and targeted advertising. Playful additions to the campaign delivery, like a bento box, a cat box, an eggs box, or a pair of Crocs. We should probably stop there before we end up in...
Super chat 50 Australian dollars. Bit of an early Christmas gift, so here you go, buddy. Also, that video Josh posted of you ranting about how crap exclusives are and your disappointment of Blizzard. I felt that, your passion. Hope you...
Nintendo, thank you for the $50 fucking super chat. Also, Banana Foster, good recipe. Let's finish this up. We're going into Dr. Seuss territory.
In the middle of a Dr. Seuss poem, actually help this campaign become more memorable across social and out-of-home settings, especially for those unfamiliar with the brand. For the audience that does engage with the campaign and wants to delve deeper to find out more, there's even a quiz online that lets users test their knowledge and understanding of the Xbox platform offering. It's a really valuable knowledge building tool, as every answer to the quiz explains the differences between Xbox consoles, as well as what's possible via Game Pass on both cloud and PC. I recommend checking this out, by the way.
There's $5. I think Microsoft is actually being patient for once with a product or service that is ahead of the curve. They used to just give up too early.
True. I think so. I think so. I think that's true. I think them not giving up is a good sign, though.
There's a really fun tone of voice to this, and I'd love to know your thoughts on the quiz as an educational tool for people new to the Xbox brand. I'll leave a link in the description so that you can have a go yourself, and I'd love to know in the comments down below what you think of it. There's a Meet Xbox section that shows up at the end of this quiz that lets a user go even deeper here, highlighting everything they need to get started with Xbox and Game Pass. If Microsoft's messaging problem is the sickness, landing an ad like this is the remedy. All of this helps with building and strengthening a relationship with a brand, which cements a customer's perception of its value. It helps build mental availability, which is fundamental for long-term brand growth. If you haven't heard the term mental availability before, don't worry about it. It's used in the advertising industry in the context of brand power. Mental availability refers to the extent to which a brand occupies space in consumers' minds.
That's so important.
Games Heart Super Chat $5. Fanboys on both sides are mad that Xbox isn't trying to be like PlayStation.
Correct. Yeah, that's exactly what they are. They're just mad that Xbox is not doing what PlayStation is doing, and they're pissed off about it. They just want the exact same thing, and it's really honestly kind of fucked up and stupid that they're trying to do that exact same shit. It's like, no, don't. That's not how it should be. But mental availability is so important because it's very similar to, like, I'm going to Google that, right? Like, you're using, or give me a Band-Aid. Band-Aid is Johnson & Johnson. There's no such thing as a Band-Aid. That's their marketing term. You know, like, that is the whole thing. That's they don't want Xbox games going to PlayStation. What? They're putting them on there.
Influencing their purchasing decisions. With that definition in mind, let's think about how that relates to Xbox's new ad campaign. By increasing Xbox's mental availability, by showing people that they can access Xbox games on stuff that traditionally has been called a phone or a laptop or an iPad or an Amazon Fire TV stick, Xbox is helping users see more value in their Game Pass subscription, as well as the devices they already use every day.
True.
I saw a lot of complaints on Twitter about this ad diluting the brand, but that just isn't true. In fact, increasing Xbox's mental availability does the complete opposite. It strengthens it significantly. Microsoft is hoping this new campaign strikes a chord with
Okay, Deadly, you don't have to do that every single time. You can just do that once.
gamers that are open to trying new things
Kleenex,
like cloud
no one says
streaming and
tissue, yeah.
portable gaming. It's looking at those users who are already invested in PlayStation and Nintendo hardware, but have a keen interest in exclusive titles that Xbox offers. Cloud gaming offers a way into the Xbox platform without the upfront hardware cost, which...
And that's who they're targeting. Like, people don't understand that, right? Everybody wants console sales, but that's not what that is a
Will Brook
friction
Boy
point for
Lewis
people.
Super Chat $1.99. Xbox wants users, not console sales. Users bring dollar.
Exactly. And Broke Boy, you know what's funny? For the longest time, everyone has said that console sales are a loss leader. You sell the console at a loss and you make the money in software. But nobody's realizing that's exactly what Microsoft is doing. They're cutting out that loss leader in order to just sell the software directly. Duh. What tier of maps are you in, Destin?
In the middle of a global cost of living crisis is a really important factor here. Big
Yes.
holiday titles like Call of Duty and Indiana Jones are the incentives, but the massive library of games is what Xbox is hoping will keep players there. That first step, getting someone through the door, is always the hardest. The challenge is getting someone to sign up once.
Correct.
Keeping them there once they've discovered a vast curation of games designed to appeal to an extremely diverse audience is actually the easy bit. The variety and convenience that Game Pass offers might even push users into buying a console so that they can experience this content natively.
That's exactly it. That's it. Destin says tier 2.
Showtime Reezy Super
Is your
Chat
gear was bad?
$2. PPSA Q-tip, but the correct term is cotton swab.
Correct, Showtime. Yeah. So Destin, resistances. So it's HP resist. That should be your tier. It actually should be Energy Shield HP resist, or Energy Shield resist HP, because ES is fucking broken. Energy Shield is fucking broken right now in that game. Like, people have like 6,000 Energy Shield. It's crazy.
Rather than exclusively via cloud streaming. By reintroducing the Xbox brand and cloud offering across devices in such a bold and disruptive way, Microsoft is hoping that this helps boost growth across cloud, console, and PC. Xbox is reframing the product offering in a way that speaks to a younger audience, a demographic more inclined to play across multiple devices rather than...
And what's funny, if you've noticed, right, like the fanboys that are angry about this, they're in their 30s and 40s. They're not young. The people that are young, that are starting to spend more money, the Gen Zers, they don't give a fuck about consoles. They don't care. They just care about where can I play my fucking game at. That's pretty much what it is.
Than pledging loyalty to any one method of play, like the console traditionalists most upset by this new marketing approach. I'm sorry guys, it's not that you don't matter, you're just no longer the only demographic that matters. That's a really important distinction, by the way. Console hardware isn't under threat, it's just not the only method of play that Microsoft is interested in. That isn't to say...
Ladies and gentlemen, winner, chicken dinner. Deadly Headley hit it right on the fucking head, bro. Right on the head.
that console doesn't matter anymore, like some of the more hysterical.
Val Super Chat £2. All licenses should work on any device possible.
True. True. 100% true. Bro.
Hysterical voices online might try and claim. Of course
Wow.
it just means that Microsoft wants to broaden the net with which it can encourage new players into its ecosystem. Xbox's new ad campaign is brilliant, but it's not quite perfect. Not yet, anyway. There are a lot of stipulations, conditions, and caveats that come with the claim that every screen you own is an Xbox, and the terms and conditions in this ad are doing a lot of heavy lifting. It's not possible to download games to every device or buy games on every device.
True.
It's not possible to play Xbox games on
Ghost
every
Hunter
smart TV without the assistance.
4755 super chat $2 Australian. Wait, if Xbox saw this, they now know who DCG is. Hero Culture Super Chat $5. My early New Year's goal: I'm going to try and surpass my top audible time in 2025. My top is 280 hours in a single month. Hashtag books Makia Smarter.
There you go, Hero. That's awesome.
The Scruffy Skull Super Chat $5. Okay, now I'm really glad the official Xbox account commented on this video.
So then
Exposed.
they know who. So they know who that is. That's fucking insane.
Of some additional hardware like a Fire TV stick. Even then, the Xbox app is only available on specific Fire Stick models. And then there's the common complaint about the Xbox experience on PC not being up to scratch. It's not possible to play every game you own on every device.
It's not just that it's not up to scratch. The problem is with the Xbox PC app is that it requires you to go ahead and use it in a way that is not conducive to PC gamers. It locks files behind a fucking thing. It puts shit away. It's not a good user experience. It doesn't do anything to navigate people away from Steam. It doesn't provide you with a good layout. Notifications are never actually done correctly. For some reason, mine always opens up on the right-hand side, not full screened, even though I closed it in the middle. Like, I can look at it right now. It's like people want to be friends. So I click the notification to be friends. So it opens up a separate friends list on the side that doesn't even load. And then it never like works correctly. It's still loading right now. I just did it. And it's just, I have to go back to go in to add people in my friends. And then like, it's just, it's slow and cumbersome, and it doesn't do the things it's supposed to do. Right? And then it's like more clicks than necessary to get shit done. And it's annoying as fuck. It needs a lot of UI work. It's not good.
But in a surprising move last month, Xbox actually made significant strides in this particular direction by enabling cloud gaming for a list of 50 titles that aren't a part of the Game Pass library, including what is possibly my favorite game of all time, Baldur's Gate 3. This is the first step of many, as the expectation is for Xbox to continue adding titles that its players own digitally to its cloud gaming offering. The hope for the future is that at some point all games owned on an Xbox can be played on any device via cloud. It's a massive...
So my interesting part would be, like, what if you own physical copies of games? And we're going to go all digital anyways. How can you prove that you own that copy of that game, so that way you get the license for it from a physical to digital copy? My guess is you would have to put that game into a Series X or something like that, and then have that like registered into your account that you own it. Then you can have that digitally, right? That would be a cool way of doing it. So like Xbox One games, 360 games, all that stuff, you put it in, you own it. Okay, I can do it. Good question. You don't. There it is.
Ambition, but the implications for gamers are incredibly exciting.
The VR Gamer Super Chat £5. Microsoft need to work with Valve to get Game Pass on Steam.
100%. 100% VR Gamer. 100%.
Any game you own, playable on any screen, anywhere, providing you've got a good internet connection. With that in mind, it feels like this ad is trying to run before it can walk a little bit, but it's a strong start that is going to deliver big titles via Xbox Game Pass to the masses, which is really the greater good in the eyes of Microsoft here. I can't recommend Game Pass Ultimate enough to anyone with or without an Xbox console, but you get so much more for your money by having a foot in the door with Xbox hardware. Currently, that's still the only place where you can buy and play every game for Xbox with no strings attached. I do.
Harjeet Chani Super Chat $5. Are you using the Xbox Game Bar, Win Key plus G, in
That's
compact
even worse.
mode? It is a bit better.
That's even worse, because even in compact mode, It is incredibly cumbersome. It opens up multiple windows that shouldn't be open. I shouldn't have to go into a game bar to then use that in that software. It doesn't, it's like, it's so fucking cumbersome. Like, it's really fucking cumbersome, Hargy. Thank you for the 5 though. It's not well designed. It really isn't. Like, it needs a better interface for people to actually interact
Plimp
with.
Super Chat 50 Swedish krona. Cloud gaming will be the future sooner or later on consoles instead of hardware. The problem is that not all countries have a good internet connection.
That's true, Pimp. That's true. Thank you for the 5.
We think Microsoft is missing a trick here by not offering a cloud-only subscription at a lower cost. But in fairness,
True.
cloud gaming infrastructure is not cheap to run. And if people are happy to buy into Game Pass Ultimate without the hardware platform, that's a loss-leading console unit that Microsoft doesn't need to supply. It's an
True.
easy win for Microsoft, and the consumer gets the
Val
service that they're
Super
paying
Chat
for,
5
despite it being...
pounds. Cloud is great for game optimization for PC. The problem is business model. Such as GeForce Now capping users to 100 hours like a 90s telecom company.
That's where a lot of the abuse is going to show, honestly. Thank you for that, Vol. It's definitely going to be abuse in that aspect, I think, too. 100%. Like, it has to be worked out correctly.
being suboptimal when compared to going all in by buying the hardware and having access to a game library that can be played natively, as well as via cloud streaming. Microsoft doesn't care how you play, it just wants your money. There's a huge fear among the hardcore Xbox fanbase that Microsoft will eventually give up on making console hardware. But Xbox is truly in the strongest position it's ever been in, and console hardware remains the easiest way to step into the Xbox ecosystem.
It does.
There is so much going for it right now, and it has a first-party lineup for the ages. The future of Xbox looks incredibly exciting, and however it takes shape, I'll be here to cover it. Hey guys, my name is Deadly Headley, and I just want to say thank you for spending a few minutes of your day with me. If you're new here and you enjoyed this video, please make sure you hit the like and subscribe buttons. I've nearly hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, which is a really awesome milestone.
You broke 1,000! Here's the video, guys.
If you've been here before, I just want to say thanks for stopping by. If you want to keep...
That was actually really well done, very measured and very like specific in terms of like as to why Xbox is doing that aspect, and it makes sense and it works really well. I think that's an actually correct take. I think really people are just really angry and just mad that their consoles aren't going to be the big thing anymore. Deadly, that was honestly a great video, Deadly. Good job. Just some audio tweaks here and there. It's going to be perfect. You hit 1,000 subs, so you're going to be monetized soon, and that video to get you over that hump as well. So you're going to be good. That was honestly a great video. It really encapsulated exactly why people are upset at the entire Xbox Anywhere ad, but also why it's like the right thing for them to do. Jay Harvey, thank you for the follow. It honestly puts everything in a good perspective, because it really is just that simple. Right? Dean, thank you for the 15 months. And it just goes to show that, like, just because it's not what you want doesn't mean it's not going to work. And I think that's really important for a lot of people. All right, chat!